employed, I didn't pay myself super.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, I should have, but I didn't.
Well,
So,
you wouldn't have been able to afford to because
no,
of the
exactly.
economic structure that was then. And now you have to. Now part-timers have to be paid it. But if you look back, you would have been too young, but in the 70s when superannuation was brought in, excuse me, for men, well, eventually for women as well, we were sold bullshit.
Mm.
We were sold, you're going to sail around the world on a yacht because you've invested in superannuation. So they were shifting us from that thinking of we rely on the government to we're going to self fund our retirement, but
Which is a
they
good
didn't.
thing. It is good if you can self-fund. Like that, let's
Yes,
face it, that's the ultimate, isn't it?
yes.
Because you just don't have, yeah, just to be in
Mm.
control of your own money and your own life.
And
However,
but we're not in
no,
control,
however,
and
it's,
that's it.
yeah.
So then we've been through a couple of probably two or three financial crises since then. And all of super is invested in stocks, bonds, real estate, all the things that drop.
Well, I have to admit, I just think it can't keep going up forever. There's going to be a pullback. And I'm thinking,
Yes.
what's going to happen to my super? Because I'm not in a self-managed fund at all.
No, most of us aren't. It's
Mm.
too much work and equally as risky. So where would you invest it? Stocks and
Well, that's right.
bonds
I
and
don't
yeah,
really exactly. I don't
yeah,
have enough nous to be able to truly invest it myself anyway. So,
yeah.
yeah. But I know,
So
like, the last crash we had, when was that? Was that in
sorry, no,
2008 or was it before then? Anyway, whenever it
probably
was,
was,
no,
yeah.
mum said like her superannuation halved.
Yes,
It was
most
just like
did.
it went from almost nothing to really nothing. And,
Yes.
but apparently it's back to those amounts again now. So it has slowly built back up. She
That's nearly
just
20
draws,
years to get back to
I
point A
know,
again. Yeah.
exactly. And she just draws, I don't know, a small amount every month, which
Mm.
supplements the pension, obviously.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
and it does, even though it's a smallish amount, it really does make a difference, I think, to a
Mm.
quality of life, which is good. So,
Yes.
so any money that you've got in super, it can be a good thing.
Yeah.
But the more you can accumulate and become a bit more, I don't know, sovereign, for want of a better word, the
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm. But see, also with the pensions now, you're knocked from whatever direction you go. So we've got too many acres, so we're penalised partly because of our acreage.
Mm.
Um, and there's a clause that says if you've lived on the property for 20 years or more that you're not penalised, except it doesn't cover if you don't have it all on the same title. And we
Mm.
didn't know that. So we'd, have to put them all on the same title and split them up later. Well, that's costly. Which is the highest value that you own? Is it super
Mm.
or assets? Okay, we'll judge you on that highest value.
Mm. Mm.
So they're kind of skimming in one way.
Mm.
Um, yeah. So
Mm.
in this economic situation where the assets have gone through the roof, I wonder how many people have lost their pensions.
Then
Oh, yeah,
actually,
convert the
and
asset to cash and then live on that cash. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
it's just like,
Mm.
well, you've actually got enough money. Like if you've got, but the truth is, you've got it. Well,
Yeah,
sell it. Go and buy $1 million house, which will still be damn nice.
yeah,
And, and then
mm.
you've got $1 million to
Yeah,
invest as a pension for yourselves. Make
yeah,
your own pension.
exactly. Yeah,
And
mm.
so I'm a little bit, I just
Yeah.
think, well,
I
yeah,
get that too. Yeah. And
yeah.
farmers, for years, people have always said, oh, farmers are rich and farmers are rich. Yes, they're asset rich, cash flow poor. But once again, I don't think people realise that the older farmers didn't get pensions. They had to be supported by the family below working because they didn't qualify.
I think personally, I do think farming is a different conversation. that the
Okay.
whole country needs to have, because the truth
Mm.
is the country can't live without the farmers producing our food. So
Yes.
I'm
Mixed feelings.
I see it. No, I see that as different to somebody that just made a really good investment when they were young. They
Yeah.
got into a,
Mm.
$200,000 house when they were 25, and it's now
Yeah.
worth $2 million. I see that
Yeah.
as quite a different conversation to someone
Yeah.
that's on a family farm and have got generations who do want to continue that. But
Yes.
you get a whole lot of farmers now that their children don't want to continue it.
That's
So
right.
if
Yeah.
that's the case, then well, it's the same thing. Same thing for them. It's time to sell up and live on your
Yeah.
money.
And I think the other thing with farming, which I've struggled with for a lifetime, is that frequently in the past, young farmers or the sons or whoever was working the farm under the dad owner, and it usually was dad, not mum, it was, didn't get paid a fair wage. They
Mm,
got their living expenses and maybe a rundown house down the corner on one of the blocks. Um, and there was no succession plan. So I've seen this
mm,
happen, and there's complete family bust ups. It's just a nightmare and a mess.
mm,
A
mm,
family I was tied to many years ago, and I don't even know how this worked, but their wills were written by a company that wrote down that the farm is left to the grandchildren and the children have a lifetime interest, but that kind of, you can't, the same will on each generation doesn't actually add up. So and I've seen too many that have worked their asses off all their life, and then suddenly they only get their supposed fair portion when they haven't been able to earn a living, and in that situation probably haven't paid super. So that they need to be turned into businesses that are and the ground needs to be levelled and play fair, not this, yeah. And who's getting dividends and how much and all that sort of thing. It's, yeah.
complex.
Yes, very.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's
So,
no well, and we live in in theory, a free country. So the truth is we don't really want governments coming in and telling people how to run their farms or how to sell.
oh,
Authority.
yeah. No.
However,
Mm,
it obviously has caused issues for some people, hasn't it? Yeah,
yes. Yes, it has. There
yeah.
are some businesses now that teach succession planning. So they
Yeah.
come in, I know two of them, but one in particular in this area, and the woman that runs it is just brilliant. Comes in and talks to the older generation and says, okay, you need to plan for your retirement, you need to do this and this and
Mm,
this, and then you need to work out who's coming,
mm,
who's going, and everything else. And she
mm,
sits down and gets the entire
mm,
family involved in
mm,
planning that succession. Um,
mm.
and so that's an
There's all
independent
sorts of ways
service.
they can go, isn't there? Like, because they can lease out their land.
Mm.
That it doesn't have to be a sell up. It can actually
No,
be leasing your property, or all sorts of different
yeah,
arrangements that they can come to that benefits
yes,
everybody. Yeah.
yeah.